Let's do a quick workout that will be perfect after a long day of travel and or a long day of sitting. And so we'll open up the body that tends to get really stiff for times when you have to sit for a long period of time, as well as connect to the core. So let's go ahead and we'll start on the mat. And so go ahead and roll down or get down on the mat, whatever feels good. Nice. And we'll bring your legs together right away and arms out to a letter T. And so we'll just inhale here. Now, on the exhale, let's tip your knees over to one side and keep the opposite shoulder down. We'll inhale here and then exhale, contract your abdominals and bring your knees back to the center. Inhale and exhale over to the other side. So just start to get a little mobility in the hips and lower back. We'll inhale there. Exhale. Let's come back through center. Let's do that one more time like that each side and up and over. This really helps to stretch out the diaphragm, which tends to get really compressed. So it'll make breathing actually a little bit easier when we do some rotations. Inhale and exhale. Let's go up and over. Inhale and then exhale, coming back to center. Now we're going to tip our knees over to the right and hold it there. So let's exhale there. Now inhale, we're going to take your left arm and we're going to bring it all the way over to the right and roll over onto the right side. Good. We'll inhale here. Now exhale, open up that left arm and then go as far as you can in this position. Good. Well, inhale, stay. Now exhale, contract your abdominals and now bring your knees back to center. And we'll do that to the other side. So tip your legs over to the left first. We'll inhale. Now exhale, let's close the right arm up and over. You're on your left side. Good. We'll inhale. Now exhale, open up that right arm, reach it out to the side. And then exhale, bring your knees back to the center. And we'll flow a little bit through that. So tip your knees over to the right. Let's inhale. Exhale, close the left arm over to the right side. Inhale, let's open that left arm. Exhale, deepen your abs as the knees come back through center over to the left with the legs first. Inhale. Exhale, contract your abdominals as that right arm comes over, closing over the left. And good. Return with your right arm first. Get a good stretch here. And then exhale, contract your abdominals. Let's do that again. Inhale over to the right with the knees. Exhale over to the right with the upper body and the hand. Inhale, the hand leads first. Reach that to the side. Exhale, contract your abdominals, bringing your knees back. And then knees over to your left first. Delay your upper body, get that good stretch, and then the upper body responds. And then reaching that right arm back, reach, delay your legs and pelvis, get a good stretch. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and come back through center. Let's go ahead and hold this in the center. Go ahead if you and just center yourself here. We're going to move on. Let's go ahead and lift your left leg up. Grab it with your both hands around the thigh. And now press your leg into your hands and hands into the leg. So feel that connection up through the core and try to keep tension out of the neck and shoulders. We're going to take your elbow creases in. So your arms are a bit round here, and this helps to connect shoulder to core. Now with this position, take an inhale. We're going to get a hamstring stretch. So exhale, reach your foot to the ceiling, any amount. Now, if your leg doesn't straighten all the way, it's fine. Yeah. But you want to try to keep your femur just straight up and down. Yeah. So rather than that going away. So it's fine if your leg doesn't straighten all the way. And then we'll bend the knee, everybody, into a tabletop. And let's do that 4 more times. So exhale as you straighten. Keep pressing thigh and hands together so you're deepening your core. Inhale and exhale. Try not to let your pelvis move here. You're just lengthening through the back of the leg. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale. 1 more here, and you're going to end up with your leg in your lengthened position. If it's straightened, that's fine. If it's a little bent, that's fine. So wherever that is, let's go ahead and flex your foot. And then take your left arm down to the floor, and then the right arm is just going to reach straight up towards the ceiling. Now, take an inhale here. Now, we're going to lift both left hip and right shoulder. So, exhale, you get a little spiral of the pelvis, and as well as you're lifting the shoulder blade off the mat, and then lower both of those down. So, we're connecting a diagonal line from right shoulder to the left hip. Anchor down through that left shoulder blade and exhale to lift. And the foot is just going straight to the ceiling. It's a pretty small little movement, but hopefully you're feeling this. Now try not to let the left hip hike up. So you exhale, you're just doing kind of a rotation. Good. So we kind of did bigger rotations earlier. Now it's really kind of small. Let's do two more on this side. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale back through center. One more. Exhale and back through center. Good. Let's go ahead and put that foot down. You'll lift your right leg up, hang on to the back of the thigh, and then do a little pressure of your thigh into your hands, and then you resist with your hands. So just take a big breath here, inhale, and then your elbow creases are in. So you feel the setting of your shoulders and particularly the underarm muscle there that connects shoulder to core. Now take an inhale there, exhale for your hamstring stretch, and inhale to bend. Once again, whatever amount you have is perfect for you. Yeah, so pressing thigh and hands together as you're lengthening. And both sides of our body are typically different. And rather than forcing anything, just breathe into it. If you're a little bit tighter on one side, it'll catch up eventually. Good. So, and go ahead and just find your length on this side. And actually it kind of helps you to lengthen out through the back of the neck as well. And on this last one, let's go ahead and hold the legs straight or wherever that is for you. It's fine if it's a little bent. We'll flex the foot, lift your opposite arm up over the shoulder and anchor same side arm. Now take an inhale. Now we're going to lift that hip or press that foot to the ceiling as well as lift that shoulder blade up. And then inhale. So this might feel quite different than the other side. Good. It's your spiral line or your diagonal line that we use kind of all day long when we're kind of picking something up or even walking. Yeah. So this is very, really an important line to kind of prevent back issues, hip issues. So if you're stronger on one side or more coordinated, yeah, so it's great to balance both sides out. Good. And we'll do a couple more on this side. So exhale to lift. Good. Inhale. So opposite hip, opposite shoulder. Exhale. Good. Inhale. We're trying not to hike that hip. I think one more. Exhale. And then lower that down. Let's put that foot down. Good. So we'll get into our core here. So let's go ahead and take both hands back behind the head. Take your thumbs at the base of your skull and then elbows within your peripheral vision. So you are connecting to that underarm muscle, which helps us to get into the core. Good. We're going to try to stay in neutral. So lighten your lower back. Take an inhale here. Exhale. Let's do a chest lift. Good. Lifting upper body up, folding at the bottom of the ribs, getting into your core here. Take an inhale, and we'll take these first few nice and slow. Exhale, traction that head out. Slide your shoulders down, long neck. Inhale. And exhale from the center of the body. You're folding yourself up. Be really easy on your jaw here and your neck muscles. Inhale. Exhale, so creating a little hammock for the head so you can isolate the abs here. Inhale, exhale. Let's do two more like this, just nice and slow. We'll add on. Good, just finding our connections here. Inhale and exhale. Good, easy on the neck. And exhale. Let's go ahead and hold this right here. Now you're going to inhale. Let's get a little stretch for the lower back. Exhale, do a little tail tuck under. So now the tail is reaching towards the ceiling. And then inhale, release that. And think of taking the pubic bone between your legs towards the edge of the mat. Let's go ahead and continue that. Exhale. Let's go ahead and tuck under. And then inhale. And just be cognizant if once you add the other end of the body, are you taking that in the neck or jaw? Yeah, so you may have to lower your upper body when you add this in. Exhale, and that's fine. Exhale, inhale to lengthen the pubic bone. Good. Let's do a couple more. Exhale, tucking under. Good. Inhale to lengthen. Now, in this last one, let's go ahead and hold that tail tuck. Good. Now you're going to start to lift your pelvis. So peel your pelvis off. We're going to go right into a bridge. And at some point, your upper body's going to go down towards the mat. Good. And continue to lift the pelvis, but press down through the big toe side of your foot. Now do an inhale here. Now hug your ribs in and down and start to soften the sternum as you roll down. And at some point, your head and shoulders can get really light here. And then you roll yourself back up, but release your tail at the bottom. Good. Inhale. Exhale, start to tuck the tail. Good. And then roll yourself up. Good. And then push your upper body down, lengthening through the crown of the head. And start to lift your pelvis higher each time. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's go ahead and articulate the spine down, bone by bone, going through that lower back and then releasing. Lower back lightens as you lift your chest. Inhale. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. We'll roll yourself up. Good. All the way up to that nice bridge, engaging the glutes, opening through the hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale. Hug your ribs in and down. That initiates that roll down, and you might get a little bit more kind of lift here now that we're opening through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Do that tail tuck under, rolling through the spine. Good. Reaching the hips up, lengthening through the knees over the feet, and then hug your ribs in and down to lay the pelvis. Good. As you start to lift, you'll feel your hamstrings and your glutes release at the bottom. Let's do one more. Exhale. Do that tail tuck and roll up. Good. See how high your pelvis can get. Good. Lengthening the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead. Hug the ribs in, soften the sternum to roll down. Good. And we'll finish that in a really nice chest lift. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and lower that down. And then if you got pushed towards the edge of the mat, go ahead and recenter yourself. All right, we're taking this into hundreds. Yeah, so now we want to really breathe. Yeah, the hundreds is really kind of a breathing exercise. Yeah, so we'll get into our imprint here. So it's a little tiny tail tuck. Let's go ahead and lift up one leg at a time, and the other leg. You can always do this with your legs down. We will start with the head down, and you can keep your head down throughout, and it might be, better for you after a long day of travel, but it's really great to get these big breaths in. So let's float the arms up, elbow creases are in. Exhale your air out here and deepen your abs and start to pump the arms in big breath for a count of 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4. There's 10. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze the legs together. There's 20. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4. If you want to lift your head, go ahead and do that. Reach. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4. There's 30. Inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 40. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to add the legs if you want. Inhale, reach 2, 3, 4, 5, and bend 2, 3, 4, 60. Inhale 2, 4, 5, and bend 2, 3, 4. There's 70. Inhale 2, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 80. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4. There's 90. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 100. Grab a hold of your legs. Let's go ahead and rock yourself up to a seated position. Very good. We're going to get a little stretch there. Let's go ahead and lean back on your forearms and then bring your feet in. Good. And then press down through your forearms. Your elbows are about underneath your kind of shoulders, and use your forearms as a little pressure to really Lift yourself out of your shoulders so you're not sinking back like so. Good. Legs are together. We're going to do a little bit of an arch and a flexion of the spine here. So take a big inhale and lift your sternum up and think of arching the back. Good. And then you're coming kind of onto the tailbone here, if that's okay. Do an inhale and then exhale. We'll go into a flexion. So it's kind of like a cat stretch. Now, as you're in a flexion here, again, try not to sink. Yeah, the shoulders are coming slightly forward, good, and then you're tucking under. Do an inhale here, and then exhale. Start to lift your sternum, arch your back any amount, and exhale. Let's go ahead and go into your flexion, softening the sternum, hugging your ribs in and down and tucking your tail. Let's go into a flow here. So we'll inhale, go into an arch, lift through the sternum, shoulder blades back and down, and then exhale, press through the forearms and flex your spine. We're going to go 2 more. Inhale, open through the chest and shoulders. That gets so tight from a lot of sitting or traveling. Exhale, let's flex the spine here. We're going to go 1 more. Inhale and exhale, tucking under, deepening the abs. Now find a place right in the center of both of those. Good. And then press down once again through the forearms. We're going to go into a little knee sway. So sway your knees over to your right. Good, but keep that energy through that left forearm. Look straight forward. Come back through center. Good. Exhaling. We're going to inhale over to your left. Exhale back through center. And we'll do 1 more like that, or you can keep going like this and back through center. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you want to increase the work a little bit, do that little tail tuck, but now keep your chest open, lift your legs up. Same thing over to your right. Squeeze your legs together, deepen your abs. Exhale, pull your legs and hips back to center. Inhale over to the left. Exhale, pull back to center. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale, pull the navel in. Try to keep the neck nice and open. Try not to sink into the shoulders. And exhale 1 more time. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, deepen your abs. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. Let's put 1 foot down at a time. Really good. We're going to roll over onto your stomach here. So go right on over. Beautiful. We're going to stack our hands on top of each other, forehead on top of your stacked hands. And we're going to get into our glutes and our hamstrings to help open up through the front of the hips before we start doing some back extension here. Good. So make a pillow for your forehead, slide your shoulders down, and then press the front of the hips into the mat. Simultaneously pull the abdominals up and away. They may not leave the mat, but just get that feeling of pulling the abdominals up. Now reach long through the toes. Take your legs about hip distance apart. And then think of bringing the kneecaps off the mat. So you want a really straight leg here. We're going to do a straight leg lift. Take an inhale. Let's start with the right leg lifting. Exhale, squeeze that right glute. Lift that leg up without lifting the hip. And then lower that leg down, alternating left leg. Exhale, reaching it long. Good. Inhale. We're going to go 4 more here. Exhale, reach the leg long. Good. Try to get longer each time. So you're reaching through the toes. And then you don't want the pelvis to move here at all. Yes, you're using your abs. Good. And try not to take tension in the neck or shoulders. 1 more time each side. Exhale. Good. Now, the next time the left leg is up, let's hold it up. We're going to lower it down just a little bit. Pulse it up 5 times. Exhale, 5. And feel that glute. You'll feel your hamstring as well, but mainly glute. 3. Good. Let's do 2 more. 2. Last one. Lower that leg down. Keep it active. Other side. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower slightly. Exhale, pulse it up. 5. 4, reach longer, 3 and 2 and 1. When you put it down, hopefully it's longer than that left side. 1 more time each side. So lift your left leg up and create some more length.
And then exhale, lift longer. 5, 4, 3, no tension in the neck or shoulders. 2, and 1, no tension in the jaw. Nice long leg, right side exhale all the way up. Lower it a little bit, pulse it up. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and last one. Now lower that leg down, but don't relax the legs. Reach the legs long. Bring your head to a hover. Bring your arms to the side of the shoulders. Do an inhale here. Exhale. Now start by sliding your scapula in and down and extend upper back. Keep your bottom rib on the mat for right now. Now take an inhale, stay. Now we're going to float your arms up. Good. You don't want to take that in your lower back. Pull your abs in, squeeze your glutes. Lower the arms, lower the nose to a hover. I'm going to do a couple more like that. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blades back and down. Find a position you can hold with your back muscles. Inhale, float your arms up. Float the arms down as you exhale and lower the nose to a hover. One more like that. Inhale and exhale, lift. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, down. Good. Now we're going to lift simultaneous. Inhale, exhale, shoulder blades back and down. Lift your upper body, lift your arms. Good. Inhale, lower everything down. And again, exhale, shoulder blades back, extend the upper back, lift the arms, deepen your abs, lower everything down. Good. Let's do 3 more. Working those upper back, opening through the chest and the front of the shoulders. Lower down. Let's do 2 more. Good. So the more you work your legs and your glutes and your abs, the less you're going to take it in your lower back. Yeah. So really work those legs long. You got 1 more. Exhale. Beautiful. Lower everything down. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to push ourselves back to our heels and get into a little child's pose, but make it a little active child's pose. So what you want to do is pull your abs up away from your thighs. So you're creating kind of a ball shape, and your arms can be overhead or down by your feet, whatever feels good. And take 2 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your abs, rounding out the spine. Good. 1 more. Inhale and exhale, deepening the abs. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to come out into some side lying here. And so let's go ahead and come down onto your side. Great. The knees will be about hip height here. And so, but what we're going to connect to is, of course, our core. And you want to be in one long line from the top of the head to the tail. Good, deepening the abs. The top arm is just going to be right in front of your torso. Little fingertip kind of press so it can help to set the shoulders. Take an inhale. Now exhale, lift your top leg up and flex your foot. Good. Now stay here and stick your tail out. Good. So what we're trying to find is a neutral position here. Yeah, and you should feel your abs a little bit more. And so let's go ahead and extend the leg out. We're going to learn a little pattern here and reach long through the heel, lengthen through the crown of the head first. Now we're going to lower that leg down as far as you can. Keep your pelvis still. If you can tap the mat, do that, and then lift it up about hip height, and then bend the knee in. And as you're bending, stick your tail out, deepen your abs. Good. So let's inhale. Let's lengthen the leg. We're going to lower down. Same inhale. Exhale. Let's lift, bend in, deepen your abs, stick your tail out. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen, engaging the glute, open through the hip flexor. Let's go down and up. Good. And then bend it in. Nice. And reach it long. Inhale. See how long you can get your spine reaching through the crown of the head. Bend it in. Good. Let's do 1 more here. Good. We're going to keep your leg long. Good. And then lift it up just a bit. Little pulses. Good. Working the side hip. Now, if you've been sitting for a long time, this really helps to reset the pelvis, which is really good for our spine and resetting that as well. So let's do 4 more. and 3. Good. And 2. Beautiful. And last one. Good. Now we're going to switch legs. So this leg is going to come forward and your bottom leg is going to be long. Now you have options with this leg. You can be here. Good. But you can also, if you'd like, and if you have that range, it's a stretch for these muscles as well as the IT band. So it can come down like so. You can also put a little pillow underneath your knee. Good. Now deepen your abs. Good. So you don't want this hip to go forward. Try to keep that hip back. Good. And then here we go. Lift and lower your bottom leg. Exhale. 1. Good. Going for 10. 2. Now reach that bottom heel away from the crown of the head. 3. Deepen your abs. 4. Good. Exhale. 5. Beautiful. 6 and 7. Going to 10. There's 8. Good. And 9. Last one right there on 10. Beautiful. And we'll just end with both knees in a bent position to relax that. And then we'll push ourselves up and over to the other side. I'm going to go to the other side of the mat to keep facing you. Good. And here we are. Let's connect. Good. So bottom waist is lifted. Good. Shoulders down, top arm in front. Good. And we'll lift your top knee up. Now try not to tuck under here. Yeah. So here, if you're tucked under, you don't get as much mobility or really the right work in order to reset the pelvis. So suggesting you kind of pay attention to your pelvic position. Let's go ahead and gas pedal that leg away. So you want some length in the spine. Hold it there for a second. So you're reaching through the crown of the head and the heel. Good. And then you lower as far as you can keep your pelvis steady and lift. Here we go. Bend in, tail out, abs in, and then reach it long. Inhale. Let's go down and up. And then exhale, deepen your abs as you're coming in. Inhale, reach. Everything lengthens. Good. Down and up. Good. And bending in. Nice. Good. And we'll do 3 more here. Reaching long. Good. Let's go down and up. Bend the knee in, sticking the tail out. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Let's go down and up. And exhale. We got 1 more. Reach. Good. And then down and up. Now we're going to hold long here and really work the side hip for 8. Good. And 7. See if you can get more length in the spine. Good. 6 and 5. Nice. And 4. Great. 3 and 2. Good. And last one. Let's go ahead and bend that leg in and we're going to switch legs. So this leg might be different. Yeah. So we're all different side to side. So you don't want to really force anything. If you are different or tighter on one side, just breathe through it as much as you can. Good. So pelvis is stacked here, ribs stacked, and we're going to lift and lower that bottom leg. So if that's sore on your hip, you can roll your mat up or lay on a towel and we'll lift and lower for 10. Good. Exhale, 9. Now reach through that bottom heel, lengthen through the crown of the head. 8. Exhale, 7. Good. And 6. Great. 5 and 4. Good. 3 and 2 and last one. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and just bend both knees for a moment. Good. And we're going to do a little stretch in a seated position just to finish off. I'm going to suggest sitting into a diamond shape with your legs. Sitting up tall on the sit bones. Take your one hand behind your head. Now push your head into your hand, and then we'll inhale, exhale. Let's go into your side bend and lift your elbow towards the ceiling and hold it there. Let's inhale, a little rotation towards the ceiling as you're opening through that elbow and then coming back to the center. Let's go ahead and lift up tall, pressing head and hand together, and then we'll do the other side. So go ahead and take your hand behind your head, pressing head and hand together. Do an inhale and exhale, side bend over, lifting that elbow towards the ceiling. Hold it there. let's open the chest towards the ceiling. Good. You don't get a lot of movement there, but hopefully it's a big feeling. Now rotate back to the center. Let's go ahead and lift up tall and switch sides. We're just going to do that one more time. Usually the second round, your muscles are a little bit more open. And so we'll exhale into that side bend position. Good. Inhale, let's open towards the ceiling. And then exhale, coming back to center, keeping that bottom shoulder down. Press head to hand to come back up. Lower that arm down. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Side bend over, elbow towards the ceiling. Good. And then rotating over. Bottom shoulder stays down. Just opening chest and shoulder. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come back through center. Good. Lift up tall. Good. Lower that down. One big breath. Inhale. Good. Lifting the rib cage up and exhale. Reach long with the arms. Circle the shoulders out a couple of times. Beautiful. Good. And then one last thing, if you'd like to, we can round forward here, just getting a stretch. I'm going to face the side and rolling forward. Good. And just stay here and breathe a couple of times. Let your head go. Slide your shoulders down. Good. Take a big inhale. Exhale, deepen your abs. Let's do one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and stack up, tail to the top of the head. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and stop there. Good. I hope that was helpful for just opening up through the body as well as getting into some core. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day.